dear friends, here we are. This is the countdown to the 12th U.S. Spiritist Symposium in Washington, D.C. Can you believe it? We are 18 days away. Unbelievable. I know. It's almost around the corner. And what a joy. 18 days away, and the preparation is bubbling on the behind the scenes. Many people throughout the United States are preparing their talks, the workshops, hosting friends and staff and speakers, and it's a joy. It's really Christmas on earth, we would say, and what a special month. Before I tell you who is here with us, I want to share something with you. Today we were able to tune up our app, the Cardiac Radio app. So I want to show to you. If you go to the app, there is a new feature. Okay, let me coordinate here. On the top of your app, if you click, it's gonna open options. Right here at the bottom, as you can see, you're gonna see Facebook, Twitter, YouTube channel, and SoundCloud. If you click on SoundCloud, you go to our podcasts, where we have more than 3,000 podcasts. So no longer you need anything else in terms of an app for Cardiac Radio. In this single app, you're going to have an opportunity to have everything you need. The 24/7 programs, the live programs like we're doing right now, as well as the podcast. So if you want to listen to a specific program, a specific talk or conversation, you just go to the SoundCloud or the YouTube right from the app. Can you believe it? I know, it's amazing. It's joy, progress always. So the US has a beautiful meeting coming every year. It's been 12 years. This is the 12th, happening firsthand in Washington, D.C. Has never happened before. No national spiritist meeting there. This is going to be the first one. And what is unique about it is that unlike other spiritist events around the world, this one is coordinated by the Federation, but its efforts, the sponsorship, come from individuals and spiritist centers. It's unique. The teamwork effort is beautiful, is phenomenal. Many people working together, irrespective of the region they are living in. To tell us about this and more, we have here with us, right? And I know Angela Stewart is here with us. Thank you, Angela. To tell us about this and more, who is here with us? Ta-da! Jussara Korngold is here with us. Thank you, Jussara, for joining us. How are you?
I'm great. I'm really excited about, another year of this symposium. I'm so happy that it's always the opportunity we have to gather people from all over the U.S. Sometimes we even had friends that came from Canada. It's been such a blessing to do this event. Like you said, it never happens by itself, right? It's a joint effort of so many people, and we are very thankful, really grateful for Cardiac Radio to have taken the initiative this year of, promoting this countdown, and I think everyone is so excited about it. I've been hearing buzz around about it from so many people, so I think it's going to be really, really great, and always an opportunity for us to recharge our batteries, to find friends, to make new ones, and to commune in the atmosphere that the symposium always brings to each one of us.
Exactly. And Jussara, Why this is a big deal? Because it's the good on earth. Any work of the good, says Emmanuel, comes from God. And if
Mhm.
we as the collective were able to help in the materialization of this, we need to celebrate. We're already celebrating because these beautiful flyers are already
Yeah.
happening. The
Yeah.
beautiful postcards
Yes.
that were distributed in the streets of Washington, D.C. this past Sunday, and the beautiful program. People
Yeah.
coming from different states and sharing their studies because Spiritism is a science.
Mhm.
These talks, Jusara, the talks that are going to be presented, I consider them like the when you have meetings in science
Mhm.
and people who are scholars, they are studying, though we're still apprentices, but studying and bringing the depth of these
Mhm.
teachings, which possibly, potentially are not in our everyday spiritist centers.
Yes, exactly.
Right? You want to tell more about a little bit of the
Yeah,
programs?
I was just thinking actually about since we have decided to begin that and we started in Baltimore. There's so many different topics that we had, and we've been covering so many things. Like for instance, in the seventh symposium, we talk about love and enlightenment as a pathway to self-healing. Then we talked about the mediumship laboratory of the invisible world. And in this symposium, actually, we've been seeing how hard it has been, how challenging it has been for each and everyone, living those times on earth. It seems that we know that we are progressing, things are only moving forward, but they are very challenging. And the more we realize that, and the more we see, we will see people asking and actually questioning what is happening, why we still see so many disturbances, so many things on earth, and wants to understand more, because I think we are in a point in our lives that for those that are seeking for more spiritual values, that it's the time where, very much like a child, we start asking questions. Everything is why, how does this happen? And so that was, the idea of having a program with several different topics, but topics that are very actual and very important for our day-to-day lives came about. And of course, like we said, everything we do in group. We talk to all the work team about the idea, and it was when we decided to do that. And hopefully, I believe people will actually live there with food for thought. If not with the complete answer as they wanted, at least with a lot of material for reflection, and that will make them, go through things in life in an easier way.
You're right, Josara. And for now, for those who are here with us, we have been saying this, but let us not take it lightly. We're serious when we say, Emmanuel says, when we shed light, darkness goes away. On Monday, in our mediumistic meeting, a spirit mentor was sharing with us the message. Sometimes people are afraid of the darkness. And
Mm-hmm.
if you go to YouTube, it's funny, but if you go to YouTube and type in like children chasing shadows, it's so funny. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what people do sometimes. They are so concerned about the shadows of life, the darkness, that we're like children sometimes. Oh my gosh, evil is so
Yeah.
bad. And we're like chasing the shadows and we forget that they don't exist. And the spirits have been saying all along what Christ has exemplified. Don't look at the shadow. Focus on the good. Seek the good. And this Spiritist Symposium is all about the good. Not because of us will
Mm-hmm.
be there, but because of the collective proposal. And you know, Jussara, there is a work in the spiritual realm that happens in parallel that is more intense than the one that happens in the physical.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I think for us that have been involved in this, spiritual path for so long, we have had so many opportunities of actually witnessing the presence of the good spirits by our side and in every endeavor. And of course, we've been together in this in this for quite, for 2 decades, I think. And and sometimes, I feel so in awe because I still remember when not so while ago, and sometimes people forget about that because people sometimes come to us, oh, but how many Americans do you have, and this or that, what just they justify, all this saga in terms of, promoting events in English, in the English language. Say, well, we have to remember that it's been less than 15 years ago that we first had available the 5 books of the Spiritist codification. And at that time, we had 7 books in English. Today, we have over 100 titles. And when you look at that, you say, it only happened because of the presence and assistance of the spirits. So as I was saying, in terms of the topic, the main theme of this symposium, the idea is for people to live there also with a more positive view of the world. It's not just, for us to analyze things and say, oh my God, we're bad, there's so much to be done, but actually to see how much we have accomplished. Yes. And sometimes we lose focus on that.
Exactly. Yes. Mm-hmm. And yes. It has been certainly a progressive, we can certainly testify in these 12 years of symposium, to say the least.
Yeah.
How the movement in this country has been more solid. I'm talking about the English speaking language.
Yes.
And it's more solid, it's stronger, more people partaking. And if people are not seeing, that's what I tell them all the time. If you're not seeing it, it's because you're tuning into something else.
Yeah.
Because if you pay attention, there is so much nowadays that is happening that sometimes I feel overwhelmed, even myself. Because I'm like, man, I cannot even, like Cardiac Radio, we have more than 60 programs, 3,000 podcasts, a huge team. Like, Mamma Mia, how do we even manage it? And there is a whole lot really happening. Jussara, throughout the symposium, one of the topics that we have been discussing from other angles, but not this one, is about sexuality. And the title of one of the workshops is Sexuality and the Psychology of Love. And you're going to coordinate this workshop that is going to happen. And I think Fred Gouveia is going to help you in that regard. Would you like to give us a teaser about it?
Yeah, I think that it came to a point that we have been grown in terms of, preparing the symposium, and we thought that it was about time for us to bring this topic also to be part of the symposium. It's a huge task, I think, because it's at the same time that, like the spiritual Emmanuel says, that it's sex is profoundly holy in its nature. It's where many of us lose our ways. Because we still use sex with a different point of view, more for the satisfaction of our physical senses than necessarily for the satisfaction of our immortal spirit. So the idea here that we want to present is that, we are missing the best part of, sex, which is exactly to renew our inner forces, our energy, with what we call also a power of creation. So basically, these are some of the things that we are going to be talking about, showing and leading people also to think in a more responsible way when we are talking about sexuality, and so we will see how it will go. But we are, Freddie and I, we are rushing and preparing all the things, scheduling our meetings before the symposium just to be in tune. And I think it's going to be interesting. And also we want to, since it's more like a workshop and not necessarily a talk, we want also to have, to give the audience change, yes, to have this interaction and to have, a lot of amount of time for this to happen.
That's beautiful. After all, sex is life, as the spirits say. It's the force of creativity. So what to do? What do the spirits tell us about this? And Spiritism is not dogmatic. It's a science. So here we have a workshop on that very day, an opportunity for people to be there. I want to share with people who are watching us or listening to us at Kardec Radio that we count on you for the Kardec Radio team as well. We're going to have special works done by a team. So we're still accepting volunteers. We have a group, but we're still open to more people who want to join us and help us as well. But not only Kardec Radio. We know that in the overall scheme of things, we always need the effort of everybody, right? Sunshine is here with us. She's gonna be here. What a joy. And tonight we're also announcing, Jussara, at least one. The second winner I'm gonna announce tomorrow, but one of the winners of the hotel accommodation for the symposium is Bernadette Liao, because she did a beautiful, very creative video. And congratulations to her. She put together a beautiful jingle for the event of the youth in July. And we look forward to, soon after the symposium, sharing. It's so catchy that I bet everybody's going to be like dancing and singing.
You see, Vanessa, you just gave a wonderful example of what the sexual energy represents, because sexual energy represents creativity also, and how we can channel all this creativity that comes from the same source, the power of life. And so congratulations, Bernadette. I cannot wait to hear your jingles and see what other, amazing thing you have created for us.
Yes, it's beautiful. And Jesus said, make friends. The symposium is an opportunity to make like eternal friends, as John the Rosa said once to us, friends that are cherishing immortal teachings will carry to immortality. You will never waste time going to an event like this. And if you say, oh, Vanessa, what's the difference between watching online and being in person? If you're incarnated, Pinch yourself and you tell me if it makes a difference pinching yourself online or in person.
Yeah, no, it's such a difference when you are in the atmosphere, the spiritual energy. Of course, we are. We have to say that we are blessed now because we have this resource that put put us together, and that we have the chance to watch online talks and have the cardiac radio and all of that. But at the same time, there's nothing like, really hugging a friend and really participating in an environment that we know is going to be filled with spiritual energy, spirit benefactors, because after all, we could not do this work without them, and they know that. So it is, if you want to reach highly evolved spirits, you know the address already. They will be there. It's now it's our choice whether we are going to be there or not. And really, I know how hard it can be, but you see, this is just a once a year event. I know we all struggle, and with our commitments, with financial difficulties, but I mean, you can plan and plan already for next year, because next year we're going to be in San Francisco area, Bay Area.
Oh,
so you have another year to plan for, in advance, to go under the beautiful Golden Gate Bridge and bring love and enlightenment to that region. Because from the beginning, the way the symposium was visualized, it was actually to be like a road show traveling throughout the state, because first of all, it brings union with the people, the Spiritist center of the region where the symposium is going to be happening. And the second main thing that we have is also, as we can perceive the cleansing, the spiritual cleansing that happens in the state, in this area, with all this energy of light that join there in order to accomplish rescue work, disobsession work. So there is so much more happening behind the scenes, and that's why our presence is so important, because we are going to motivate others to participate. And also, like we say sometimes, if the Americans see that not even us are there to help in this sense, how can we try to convince them and say, oh no, it's wonderful, but I'm not going? I have my Portuguese ones and I just go to those. I mean, this is not why we were called to be living in this country. And I'm so happy now, because there are being, more and more Spiritist centers and groups that have been also counting with the participation of more Americans. And even we already have a Spiritist center that was opened by an American couple, which is great. This is what we are here to do.
Exactly, Jussara. Well, the spirits say that there is a law. There are many laws. One law. But if we could educationally divide them, one of them is a law of worship. And the efforts of the good on the earth shall be cherished, shall be respected. And not only that, but we would say we shall admire, because it's God in people that make these beautiful things come through. As Emmanuel says in the book Living Spring, when we admire the works that people are doing on the good, we are actually worshiping God, because it's God in people. So to wrap up this beautiful conversation and help all of us joined forces to create this moment of serenity, radiating to the preparation of this beautiful therapeutic event. I'm going to read just a few excerpts of a message that Emmanuel wrote in the book Living Spring, okay? And it's chapter 11, and it says, let us glorify. He says, quoting Paul, to our God and Father be glory forever and ever. When the vase is taken out of the kiln, it says, blessed be the heat that has made me hard. When the plow is taken from the forge, it affirms, blessed be the hammer that has shaped me. When the flower opens, velvety and sublime, it quickly gives thanks. Blessed be the dark soil that filled me with fragrance. When the sick person recovers his health, he cries out happily, blessed be the pain that taught me the lesson of balance. Everything is beautiful. Everything is great. Everything is holy in God's house. Let us thank the storm that renews, the struggle that perfects, and the suffering that enlightens. The dawn is the wonder of heaven that comes after the night. In all our difficulties and darkness, may our Father be glorified forever and ever. And we're saying this because we're leaving Jussara, a critical time. We cannot lose sight. We're coming to Washington, D.C., which is one of the most beautiful cities in this world, and really the promised land. And but we know at the same time that we're living a critical time of transformation, when the choices of doing the good are critical nowadays. Any step that goes to a different direction has greater repercussions. So this message comes to us saying, bless the challenges, bless the difficulties, because everything is great, everything is beautiful. And the symposium is certainly God sent, no doubt about it. And this one is ever more special because it's happening in a location that is potentially the most important of this earth, where decisions can certainly change the status of our planet overnight. Right, Jussara?
Absolutely, yes.
So I'd like to ask you to kindly lead us into a beautiful prayer of serenity, Jussara, asking everyone to join us in this moment, okay? I'm going to play the Ave Maria as a way for us to feel this blessing.
So let us all join our thoughts together, feeling our hearts beating as one. And even in our homes, we feel the presence of the benefactors embracing us and inviting us to fulfill our commitment of bringing love and enlightenment to this country that embraces us and gives us so many opportunities to grow. May we understand how important it is in our lives to live in fraternity, to join forces, and to learn from each other. May we use this opportunity that we will have on April 21st to show each other how much love we already have within ourselves. May God bless our efforts and continue giving us the opportunities we so much need to grow and to be able to feel worthy to call ourselves His children. Amen.
Thank you, Jussara. And friends, remember, you go to spiritysymposium.org, do a registration to be there. And if you want to help on the behind the scenes, send us a message as well, because there's a whole lot to be done. And all we need is really love. So bring your love.
Yeah.
We need it. Right, Jussara?
Right. So I'll see you there.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Jussara.
everyone. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you,
Thank
Kardec
you.
Radio, for this beautiful initiative. Bye.
Thank
See you
you.
there. See
Bye-bye.
you in
Until
Washington.
tomorrow.
See you.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.